Skiter Spectre. Liquid, though, looks like they've come up with some nice stuff to deal with the sort of the length of a game that a Spectre wants to play in.
Yeah, definitely look like they're starting to think of some new ideas too, right? Because they open with this Night Stalker as well versus Spectre, because they're probably thinking, we know where the Spectre's going. Night Stalker's lane, not the greatest. Spectre, you know, you can just play around this now. Night Stalker now gets given that lane that he can actually play in. Instantly, that Undying comes out, and we see that there's going to be some counters coming out from mudgolems. But I love this Liquid draft. I think it's very, very strong around this mid-game, early-centric timing, which is exactly what you want to play against versus a Spectre. I really think that they can end this game pretty early. I love this. I love this Lycan pick. Yeah,
the Lycan finisher seems. It seems pretty good. It looks like this is going to be a game where Poikpa's going to be able to run rampant around the fights, and not really too much mudgolems can do to slow that Lycan down.
No, and then I see, you know, they pick this Legion commander, so they have a Dispel to be able to remove at least like one of those silences, and also some wave clear and stuff like that, like Berserker Spirit. But you can't remove Night Stalker silence. That's one of the big ones. Like, if he gets on top of the Ember Spirit, press the attack won't save them. Sure, they're gonna have a lot of heals coming in from the Soul Rip, the IO, and that press the attack, but the control will be there. Liquid has a ton of control. Mudgolems has
to battle.
Very limited. A duel and a chains to control a Lycan.
We'll see if Liquid's able to play at the pace, the tempo they want to, because that is the thing though, right? For Liquid's lineup, if this lineup isn't winning the game at, say, I mean, what sort of timer would you give it? There is going to be a point where if they haven't ended it, this Spectre's probably going to just win the late game, right?
The battle
yeah, I'd say like 35.
35 at a push, yeah.
Yeah, unless they have like you know, like a 10-15,000 gold lead, of course, then they can maybe take it later on. But yeah, I think that 35-minute mark is when Liquid really wants to hit their big peak and look to close it out here versus this. I mean, it is a strong scaling lineup for mudgolems. It's just very limited in team fight and very limited in your catch, especially versus a hero like Lycan, who versus Tombstone versus IO, these heroes do nothing to you. You run rampant and just pick and choose your targets. See how Poikpa does this. They do end up doing the lanes a bit different than I thought it would be. I actually thought it was going to be mid lane on the Lycan, but they put Mick in mid.
Well, that's something that we're seeing come out from some of these high-level players, the old mid-snap fire.
Yep.
Would you imagine it is going to be done with the Ags being the item that Mick is going to rush from the mid position?
Maybe that mech first into the Ags, but yeah, it's still very likely that he might just rush the Ags. I don't mind mech though. I think it fits really well with that Lycan, and it fits that whole push style if he wants to go for early. Even though it's very awkward, it's very strange to have your mid. Good possibility.
See who's able to sort of come out on top of this matchup. I mean, Boromir has been showing us some incredibly strong mid performances, but Mickey just across the board. In both games so far, even the one that they've lost, Mickey's play has been top tier.
Yep, and he has played this Snapfire before. Sure, it wasn't a mid Snapfire the time that did play. It was kind of like an off-lane aggro one. He was beyond godlike that game. He went absolutely berserk. In mid lane, he actually is already pressuring Boromir off the creep wave a bit.
Doing so very nicely hit. Make sure that he's able to hold the creeps in a very favorable positioning. It's easy CS as Mickey landing very, very well against the Ember.
Yeah, Boromir has to be careful. He just gets killed. Next cookie, if he doesn't dodge with the slide, or if he doesn't have his flame guard up, he just dies.
Mickey's crushing this. Yeah, this way he's holding it.
I guess that's why they chose to do these lanes rather than having a trade farm lane, which would have been the case with the Lycan in mid. This actually can pressure Boromir a little bit. Boromir, there's that shield.
I mean, they're both getting low. They're pushing this to the limits here. Mickey, he's got the fairy fire. Turns the cookie on the creep. Wow!
Beautiful.
Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, that was brilliant there from Mickey. Cooking in the creep. He was not ready for that one, Boromir.
Nope. The range creep that turned to hit him.
Yep.
Very fancy. Very nicely
well
done.
Mickey, yeah, he's showing he's very comfortable with those sort of plays, those sort of moves. His mid snap fire looking pretty hot.
Yeah, and we didn't really touch on too much about the top lane, but we see why they went for this type of pick on the Night Stalker. But the Undying is shutting him down hard. And we're gonna watch this one really quickly.
I mean,
look at this cookie. Beautiful.
I mean, you can feel sort of the build-up. Neither of those mids were going to give up on that. Mickey's giving himself a clap. I mean, you can't blame him there. He knows. You feel those sort of plays.
especially when you. And the other funny thing is, like, these guys, of course, they're super high MMR players, super talented, but when you're not a natural mid player either, that must feel massive. So you're like, I got their mid player.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Doing it against Barney as well, you know, arguably one of the standout mids that we've seen here.
We see top, they push Boxy out a little bit here to the tower, and they have slowed down his farm, but either way, it's a Night Stalker. You're getting away with the lane, you're happy, even if you are getting shut down a bit because of this Undying pick. Milan, Dying Wolves as well as Insania. One more right click.
Nearly does it again there, Mickey. I mean, Boromir having to struggle back with these bold charges.
And he's actually threatened off the wave now, because now Earth Spirit's missing, so he can't actually show. He has to hope for bottom rune, but Mickey is already going for it. And
they're going to be able to hold both of them. Boromir is not getting either. Unless this Undying Father's able to do anything about pushing Tiger off. But he's not. It's bottom. Mickey is going to get the full bottle refill. I think the only sort of saving grace for Boromir being that it wasn't some crazy rune, the Invis rune. Unlikely to allow him to set up on Boromir. Boromir is going to have to make that walk back to base.
Nick is going to be 6 when he gets back. It's a level 4 Ember versus a level 6 Snapfire in a second.
He's crushing it.
Oh, man. But, I mean, clearly the better decision to have that Snapfire mid and putting Koikfa bot is Koikfa. He's free farming down here anyway. The pressure from Legion and Io is just not there.
Is under attack.
And make it level 6. He can just set up a kill if he sees him. He gets a good connection of a cookie. He's gonna launch the ult.
Okay. I mean, this is pretty annoying to come back into the lane towards. You know, pretty much the whole of your HP taken away. He has got a salve and, of course, the bowl. But yeah, no, Mickey just opting for the straight-up damage to just open things up as Boromir returns.
Okay. I mean, he's going to push the wave in and then allow him to go for this bounty rune and steal it away from him, so...
Yeah, that's probably the big move there. Yeah, exactly that. Holding him in that position and unable to contest his bounty.
Yeah, because it looks like a really awkward one, because it looks kind of wasted, but getting them the bounties is definitely what the move is there for, and he's already secured the lane.
And now, you know, Boromir is just in an awkward place to try and lane again. He's able to dodge the cookie. He's able to come in with the roll. Slow as well. Have they got enough damage? No. Boromir is going to be able to step away, but getting through these bottle charges. And if Mickey is able to control the 6-minute rune coming up in 25 seconds, it's potentially going to be another bit of the laning stage where Boromir might have to take a walk back to base if he doesn't get enough regen fueled out. And he's only got boots coming out, no salve or anything. So they get the 6-minute rune on Liquid. This lane is not going to get any easier for Boromir.
No, I think Tiger should just TP back mid. I think he just keeps playing around the mid lane with this catapult. Top, Boxy doesn't need help anymore. It's nighttime. He's already got that level 4, level 5. I'd like to see them play around that mid lane again. But Mickey actually finding an arcane rune, maybe he makes a move. But yeah, we see Tiger TPing in toward the mid.
Boromir has got the 6 though. So
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Skiter is getting away with full free farm on the Spectre as well. So unable to really contest him, but this is the choice that Liquid made with these picks.
They're going to go for it mid. The roll in. Remnant is out. And Boromir is able to step back. He'll live. And he'll go for the TP back to base as well. Refuel.
So much pressure on him though, every single time, and he's suffering. He's 1,000 net worth behind Mickey, a full level behind too. Comes back in, instantly loses his flame guard to the scatter blast.
Because all action. We've been eyes on the mid lane. What's been going on the side lanes? What's sort of the status here?
Dire's middle tower
Boxy's was really passive. He's just getting hit spammed by Fada. Fada's just pulling. And bottom it's just been really passive farm side. Like Io and LC, they're playing the heal, and they're just playing the heal in the farm. So you see that 33 is very farm, but they haven't slowed down Koikfa.
Try and get the damage from the kisses. On with the lift up from Insania. The damage is nearly going to be there. One more blast might do it. He's able to get it in, and he's got it. Okay, coming in with the kisses.
He can still look to go again too. They have
ult. They're going to be charging in on this. Mickey onto the side. He's going to cookie over towards Fada. Blast is there. Fada, he's taken out. A second kill for Koikfa. Now over to Milan. Has Milan got anything to tell it to? He's over towards the creeps, but it's turning deeper into enemy territory as they're chasing down. Find a 3rd kill from this. Already just signs of Liquid feeling very confident with the speed they want to play in this game with the draft they've got.
And they do have to set this type of pace here, because it is the Spectre who is still free farming. And they still are farming all their lanes on mudgolems. This Tricor is getting a decent amount out of all of this. Liquid definitely making the right moves. And it is just going to be an Ags rush this game on Mickey. So no mech in between. He's just going for full aggression. And he does have some real good targets to throw in. Lycan and Night Stalker. Just getting Night Stalker, getting Boxy into position with Crippling Fear is going to be pretty crazy. Doesn't have to go for a mobility item himself. He can just get tanky on Boxy. Mid. Warning here.
He prepared to get out. They've got the lift into the roll, but he's got the slight dodge. Remnant's prepared and Borania avoids the gang.
Borania. All right, I gotta practice. I keep saying his name wrong every time.
I mean, honestly, I don't know the correct pronunciation. I pronounce it as a soft J. As that's
yeah, it's probably right. I always just think it says ninja, so then I'm just like, oh, born a ninja. He's a ninja. I don't know. It just fits.
Maybe it was a spelling. The name creation.
Up top.
Skiter. They've got the setup and the damage is there. I mean, Mickey, he is really utilizing just how powerful the damage from his kisses are early in the game. He's just not slowing down. Every time it holds up, he's swinging over to a side lane. And with the setup of heroes like Tiger, it's, I mean, I guess when you look at their lineup, actually, pretty much all the heroes around Mickey have got solid ways to charge in and just allow Mickey to land these kisses pretty easily.
Yeah, he's got so many good targets to cookie as well. These three strong melee heroes that can get into the front lines. And yeah, like we said, once he gets the gobble up, that's going to be huge for these heroes to get on top of everybody. We do see bottom mudgolems. They were able to at least pressure bottom during the cooldown of the Lycan ult. But Koikva, he's got book 2 already finished at the 9-minute mark. This is, you know, tempo is going to really start getting set here by Liquid. It's going to turn into daytime though, but Boxy does have Dark Ascension available if he'd like to pressure.
Hunting bounties.
Twice the strength.
Yeah, I think Koikva likely to set up for another tower here soon. Probably the top one. But if he sees an opportunity for a kill in mid, he can definitely still look for a kill and a tower with his ult.
Small reward.
A little bit of time for mudgolems to catch back up here in this farm that they do need after this little bit of a rough start here.
Still as you say, getting the farm and the cause. Slipping too far behind in gold.
No, 33 still, I mean, he's very farmed on this Legion. Is straight blade mail brown boots. Now he has phase boots finished up, so he's gonna have that hard control, especially for a hero like the Lycan. There is a lot of different things that he has to watch out for. If he does get a duel off, you know, those Mortimer kisses, as we've seen time and time again, it may just make him lose a duel. Liquid's actually just going to play it a little bit more on the farming style here, as they've gotten such a good start. They're actually popping the book to hit some Ancients with Koikva. Everyone's just looking to get a little bit more farm.
Top lane Boxy. It's in on the tower. See if Koikva wants to swing up there as level 3 Necro book done it. 11 minutes in.
My God. Pretty perfect timing coming out for him. We'll have to wait for it to come back up, but the downtime is not too high. Definitely look to set up, and this book is going to be extremely problematic. Mudgolem's lineup does not deal with these summons at all. It's top.
Trying to go for Boxy.
The silence is out, though.
Bring in 33 with a relocate. He's not able to get him with the duel. The silence is causing too much of an issue. Now it's a counter play for Liquid. They go straight away with land. Get him out before the relocate takes 33 back out of this. Now Liquid, they can just try and dive in for more. The magnetize being kept upon them all. The Horn is there for Skiter. He's over towards Tiger. Tiger will get left behind. Skiter cleans up the Earth Spirit. They get more out of this. Borania trying to chase the Book Chase. The setup's there on a Mickey. Insania. He's still alive. He's able to step back. Boxy, Koikva, and Mickey turn towards Fighter, and with the cookie stun, Bot goes down.
Liquid had to kind of reset away from the fight after the haunt. Koikva didn't have the book up until just now, but as soon as that book gets popped, Mudgolems has to back away. And again, Liquid just hitting big every time here. It's a haunt, but it's a haunt to get a very small kill. Oh yeah, we're really feeling that pressure from Liquid, and Skiter, he's actually going to itemize to try to deal with the summons, because it's going to be a huge problem for them in these next, for pretty much the entirety of the game. Oh, he's going to cube the Radiance. I mean, it's going to take him a very long time to get it, but...
I mean, the whole time it's going to take for him to get it is... That's going to be quite a window for Liquid to push their lead, but it's definitely one of those things that will absolutely pay off, right? If if they're able to get this Radiance on the Spectre, say before they even lose any tier 3s, then the game does get very difficult for Liquid, because the scaling is going to be infinitely more so from this Spectre with a Radiance build.
Yeah, Liquid, they still have to press the issue for it. 2K gold lead, not quite enough at this point here. As the dual mid.
33, he's going to go
Nice
straight
hit.
away for the duel. Kick to the side, Mickey's not going to go down to this. And now, instead, he coming in with a stolen remnant, closes the gap. 33 still trying to dive in, but there's not enough damage. Tombstone taken out immediately, but the kisses are coming out. 33 trying to charge in, but Tiger, he's in with the roll. The heals there, Milan. Oh, he gets 33 out. Quick tether onto the Legion, and 33 will be saved. Man's going to be coming back in though, and is there anything for him to tether to? 33 running in from the side. Santa Fada as Poifer and Tiger chase down the Undying. The ult coming out from Poifer as he's ready to chase for more. Into the river he goes. Boxy trying to find the silence onto Baronier. Baronier's got another remnant to throw out, but Boxy closes the gap. He's in with a crippling spear, and they have the burst to take him down whilst he's caught under the duration and surroundings of that silence.
Feels every time the summons get popped, it's too much for them to deal with, and they dove hard trying to get these kills, trying to take advantage here at all of the downtime of Koikfa's ult and his book. They couldn't. Kickback from Taiga was phenomenal there, just to reset the positioning and just get his whole team there to back up. And I believe, yeah, Mickey, he's 600 gold away from an Aghanim, so easier forms of initiation for them, and they see Skiter farming a lane right now. Taiga, no hesitation.
Cookie. Tiger, carefully opening the stun to maximize the lockdown. The blade mail does come out though. Skiter, can they burst him? They can. The kill. Fada's going to come in. And he hasn't got the catch. Liquid able to get away with that. Very cleanly done. Insania's out with the TP. Okay, and Tiger heading into the trees. Fada will drop the tombstone down to try and find him. Can they get him ready for the duel? They can't. Oh, not quite in time there. Mickey's out with the TP. 33 couldn't quite finish the cast animation in time.
Top tower is under attack.
Liquid's just kind of dancing on them around the map here now. Look at top, Boxy's just hitting the tower. Koikfa getting immense amounts of space from all this too. Gets a Hyperstone finished up. His ult's going to be back up in 35. Liquid's doing an excellent job so far of just playing around mudgolems and just playing to their strengths. Playing around Mickey, this tanky beast who Aghanims is online, so that's a free initiation tool for Boxy and Koikfa to just get on top of the targets that they'd like to. Just focus fire them.
Yeah, and some of these targets, I mean, I guess really the both supports, they're just guaranteed kills, right? Someone comes flying in onto the Undying Wire, they're going to be taken out straight away.
I feel like most of these heroes are honestly free kills. If like Boxy gets tossed in and he has his silence on, Ember's going to die if any type of follow-up comes in with the stun. And it's very similar even for the Legion. There's just a lot of different forms of damage. Liquid, they're not lacking that at all. As immediately, it looks like they were thinking about going into the pit. But actually going to try to find a kill here first. They're in this downtime. Skiter is able to find a farm, I believe, a triple or quad ancient stack. So at least about halfway to Radiance.
Slowly but surely.
Dire's top tower is under
Liquid,
attack.
they'll get a free Roche here. No way the Mudgolem can contest it either. Even though they have vision, they see them walking in. It's an impossible task for them to fight around there at this point.
Just goes down far too quickly here.
Radiant are
To the summons. Feral Impulse, Aura, even just the extra little bit of armor reduction there from Lil Shredder to start things off.
Immediately looking at mid. Silence is out. Can Boxy get on top? He cannot. Did they have the gobble up? I think they could have gobbled up. Mickey had it. Okay.
I mean, that's just unfortunate DCing in that sort of situation, as he will die. Yep. Finishing off there with the gobble up.
Oh, that hurts. He was just finally getting kind of caught back. He just finished up the Maelstrom too. 0-3-1 this game, Borny.
Dire's
struggling.
middle tower is under attack.
As immediately all of Liquid, they're looking for bottom. Boxy already in.
He's in, ready to set things up. The kiss is coming in. Mickey not quite got the reach though. As Milan's out with the TP. 33 still left behind, and he's out before the Void comes back up. So Boxy can't cancel it.
Nice TPs. A little bit of wasted time there for Liquid. Immediately line is drawn, and yeah, that was a decent amount of wasted time though. Them actually not getting any of those kills. They may have been able to pressure pretty hard for a tier 2 or something like that with this book and with the Lycanol and with Aegis. A bit of downtime that mudgolems need. They need as much downtime as possible. 6k gold lead. Liquid just doing everything right so far here. Not slipping up at all.
Yeah, we're just 900 away from the ace on point for
the Wolves to scout Skiter.
Oh,
Radiant's top tower is
And
under
then gobble
attack.
up. Oh, it's actually Wolves.
they close the gap here. And they've got the chain stun, but Milan's got the save. They'll take Skiter out. They're going to be able to save one another here as
Oh, and nice deal. Press the attack.
he's back in. But there's no way to tether across. Instant silent comes into play.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Keeps the Spectre alive though. A little bit of a mistake there from Liquid, missing off the initial gobble up.
Under attack.
Save from Milan. And onto the tier 2. Should be able to get it before that outpost. Should be able to claim them. They're pinging it immediately.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Should be able to deny a lot of experience to the side of mudgolems and just play around that outpost.
They're just continuing to hit all the timings that they need to, Liquid.
Yeah.
It's exactly how you could have imagined the planning for how they want to run this draft went down. 19
Maybe even
minutes
a little
in,
better.
7k lead. Yeah, I feel it, yeah. I think
Boxy's having a phenomenal game as well. Like 3-0-3 when he's just a Night Stalker is good stuff.
I think a bit of that is down to the fact that Skiter's opting to go for sort of the big payoff route, going for the Radiance build-up. You know, so he's not turning up to fights with drums or Manta, getting involved. So Liquid are getting more space to do things.
Radiance
You know, and this is being done so because they are going to play for the idea that Skiter gets the Radiance done. Maybe Liquid can't push in, then the turnaround begins. And he's getting very close to the Relic right now, Skiter.
If they can't push it. It's not about the Radiance, it's really the next item that he's able to get, right?
Sure,
the Radiance will help him get the farm and deal with those things, but he needs a lot more, because he's still going to be very squishy even with that. With damage that's
They've
coming
got a
off
lot of
from Liquid is
sustain
high.
though, right? If the IO's in, they're buffing up the Spectre with
Milan.
press the attack with the Soul Rip.
Goodbye. Oh, maybe not. Oh,
Is
actually, we get out. All right, triumphant deeps indeed. That was an ult from Snapfire that he was able to get away from. Quakefa still on the chase.
Here we go. The Relic is done on Skiter.
He's forcing the Remnant back. They did actually see it, but they didn't look to set up on it just yet. Now they will.
Look at the rolling on the Pioneer. Pioneer is going to be saved. Inside he goes. Press the attack from 33, keeping him safe. I don't know. If Skiter gets this Radiance, I think there could start to be a little bit of a difficulty for Liquid. You know, once Radiance is done on Spectre, if Liquid mess up one high ground push and Skiter's cleaning up, then this game's going to fall apart pretty quickly. Despite Liquid's lead right now, they can't afford to make mistakes against this Spectre with the Radiance nearly done.
Yeah, maybe like one mistake. Maybe they can have the one if Skiter doesn't get the cleanup kills. If Skiter gets cleanup kills when he has Radiance, it'll be disastrous. But they still do have a very good core with their tri-core. It's still off to a very, very good start here. Like Quakefa, AC plus Necro, like Boxy's massive as well with all the auras. They are itemizing to be able to deal with this, and they are still at this level where one throw I think is okay. Two will be their demise probably. And continuing to pressure the map, not giving up kills either. I mean, it's 13-1. They've given up only the 1 from Taiga early on. Oh, there we go. Radiance about to be done.
Very close, yeah.
Trying to stack some camps for him to farm. They will. Radiance
Eyes lie. The spirit is
will be finished. And yeah, Liquid's going to have to deal with it. They are going to be aware that it's going to be coming out soon. And it's going to be fairly strong versus those summons. And with the back of all the heals, it could be enough to turn it. These Soul Rips,
they
the
can
Max,
keep the Spectre alive. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot to offer him. There's a lot to keep him strong, even when he does just have the Radiance along.
Yeah. And I see them itemizing to deal with the summons, right? Like Crimson Guard also for 33. The Radiance
He's got
on
a
Skiter.
Yeah, you're right.
Maelstrom on Borneo. It's all these things to deal with those summons.
Yeah, they're certainly making all the right moves from behind here, mudgolems.
It's just so hard for them, Skiter. He's showing his face right now. And here comes the toss-in onto Taiga.
set
Off the mark though, still. They got the slow. They're actually just going to take him out straight away. Milan's not messing around here. Instant disengage. A quick TP back over as they are. Going to think about fighting to keep Milan safe. Rolling, the silence is there onto Milan. Milan, he'll get popped. Take down the IO, he's going to buy back straight away here. See if they can continue to find anything out of this fight. mudgolems, 33 trying to charge him, but Boxy goes straight over towards him. The kisses are coming out. 33's got to step away. He's put the blade out, but they've got the lift up rolling onto Milan. Tiger, he's in the midst of it all here. Focusing down the IO. This IO brought back for this one. Can they keep Milan alive? They can't. Milan goes down, but they get the duel. They've locked down Koifa. Koifa's going to die deep underneath the tier 2 town. Boronier, he's going to see if he can chase for more. Remnants out, closing the gap on Boxy. Gains are going to be up in a second. Boxy's still pretty tanky. Borony up. Gonna get that one further step. Down Boxy. Boxy's going to drive the TP out, but they've got the damage. mudgolems will manage to fight back, hold on to tier 2, and get themselves a fight that, despite what was a 9k lead, does work in their favor. They push back Liquid.
Yeah, great buyback for Milan to save it. And also the way the fight turned out, Liquid actually walked, it was resetting to the point where the tombstone is about to be worthless because of where the fight was going. And then Liquid actually pushes back into the tombstone and actually makes it useful for mudgolems there. Maybe just he's not giving them enough respect about how much strength they do have with Skiter, with all these heals. Press the attack, tether, bow rip, just so many different forms to buff them up.
Liquid, I think that timer is starting to tick a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely, as you say, if Skiter gets his next time done, if he gets that Manta, they're going to have to pull off some big moves to kill this Spectre in the midst of the team fights. Skiter he's going to be able to live. And a high chance that a lot of damage is going to be done by him.
I think Liquid, it's going to be all around this next Aegis. The Aegis and Cheese, I think they have to at least get a Rax advantage to feel comfortable in this game. Even though it's 15-3 with an 8k gold lead, it does feel like the Spectre's starting to hit a point. Say, gobble up, toss it.
Managed to land it onto Skiter. This is to follow up. They're on top of him. Is there a set? Milan comes in. He's able to tether and take him out.
So much heals.
Him alive. Tiger locked down by the chain. Cookie gets him out to the side. He'll be fine. Deep. They get the taunt here onto Boxy. Focusing down the Night Stalker with Skiter coming across it. They got the damage. They're running Boxy down. Boxy's got the movement speed, but with the BKB, Boronier can just move in, chase on, and cut him down with a sleight of fist. Take down Boxy.
Heals. I mean, they can't kill Skiter when they're all around. It's just way too much sustain, all being thrown onto him.
I mean, that 9k lead to an 8k turns to a 7k. It's going down. Liquid, they've got to come up with a plan to keep this lead going. As I said, any mistake you make against this lineup, the Spectre and her Radiance, it's going to cost you in the long run.
Yep. Their tri-core is starting to really kick up down to 6k. They're really starting to break it here with their itemization and the way they're playing around it.
They're going to land onto Boronier. Dribble up, but Boronier, it's going to be safe. 33 quickly press the attack, and Remnant's prepared.
Every single time they were there. And Boxy, he wasn't back to life yet, so he wasn't able to be there. That's the only one that they have to worry about. Press the attack will save versus everything else, but not that hard silence from Boxy. So, again, nice stuff from mudgolems. And yeah, timer really does feel like it's ticking. Roche is back up. Have to assume Liquid wants to try to get that soon, but Haunt is available. So mudgolems, they're at the ready to fight here if there is an attempt. We see the scan comes out. They're kind of anticipating that Roche coming out soon, because it does feel like it could be one of those last things for Liquid to really be able to press forward and actually not let this Spectre get so huge. As Skiter is spotted.
Boxy's heading up into this. But Boxy's he's in a whole lot of trouble. The kisses are coming in with the side, but try and get Boxy out. Boxy on the retreat, but he's dead. They cut him down with a sleight of fist. Now 33 healed up. Big kick turns, jumps in with a cookie, but it's not enough damage to kill 33. The Haunt's out in play. As now mudgolems, they're running them down. Big K's out with the TP just in time, but Insania, he's been found. Skiter runs him down. Another kill for mudgolems. As I said, this Radiance, it's paying off big time. They managed to hold on, get it done for Skiter, and from now on,
Radiant
It's
structures
just looking very
are
hard for
fortified.
Liquid. They got such a lead at the start, but now they're against Spectre. Skeeter's hitting all the item time. This Radiance, Manta, 1,000 gold away. These towers going to push it very close to it. If Liquid weren't able to close it up and make things happen when they were that far ahead that early on, I don't see when it's going to get easier for them to do much as this game scales.
No, they have to get Aegis and Cheese, and they have to just push now. Like 100 seconds, they have to make so much happen on the map. They can't let this go passive at all here in this game. You have to go in this rush, but they just have to commit for it.
Gotta go. I mean, what are they being hesitant for here? Are they?
They don't have much
for it.
information on the map. They don't really see anything.
I mean, there's
now
no
they
horde.
see the Ember, but and they actually set up onto him. He has a BKB available. He's just gonna disengage.
And quite fair, he's still hovering around the pit. Now we'll see. I mean, he's got this SOAC and obviously level 3 Necro, but do this very quickly. And here we go. Take the Roche here. That any looking from Mudgolems doesn't look like it. They will get away with the Aegis and the Cheese. Now, of course, the question is, what can they get done with it?
They got to win big with it here. Boxy, he's the one carrying the Aegis. He's been the one tossed into the middle of everything there. He's just getting controlled a lot of the time still. This is everything for Liquid here. If they can't somehow just dominate the next fight, this game is impossible for them. As all these items just keep coming out, now it's a Manta, the very natural item for the Spectre, but Shivas is about to be finished for Boranihe as well. So, like we said, they're dealing with all these summons, and it's starting to look like the game plan from Liquid is hitting its peak and hitting a wall, really.
Golems.
Look at how Mudgolems is playing. Yeah, all sat around Skiter. They know the Haunt is back up in 5 seconds. Bounty's coming.
Roxy, step in for this. Going on Fada. They got the Goblet up, sending him in, but the heal press the attack keeps Fada alive. Crimson Guard's pop. Foxy's still trying to tap in, but they got the duel. They get the duel quite for in the midst of it all. Quite for getting the Cheese. He's able to get it off. He'll stay alive. Foxy being focused. Ice Skeeter, they've taken the Aegis out of the Night Stalker's hands. 33 living through it all thanks to the sustain of Milan. Skeeter's still in a very healthy place right now as Liquid, they've got to turn and run. Tiger, he's not going to get away from this as he goes down. Skeeter heading up to the high ground looking for more. Now hold him in place with the telekinesis, trying to commit on with the cookie, but they don't have the damage. Skeeter's fine. He's able to get away from the little shredder. Not enough damage was done. He just cannot kill this Spectre as Mudgolems just continue to play around Skeeter perfectly with all these heals.
I mean, very difficult for Liquid. Close this out versus this massive sustained draft.
And the obvious strength that is still there for Liquid is that if somehow they do manage to win a fight, they will take down the base of Mudgolems pretty quickly. And we saw in that last game, and that end of the day, if they can get that one opportunity where someone's dead for 2 minutes, maybe they can emulate what that sort of victory they found in the last game here in game 3. It does require them to actually get the kills on these cores, something that for the last few fights has just seemed to be too much of a task for Liquid right now as they just continue to lose that advantage that they build up early.
Yeah, they have to somehow get to these backlines and take them out. Somehow just control 33, maybe not go for the kills on him, especially now that he has BKB, but somehow control the Undying, or kill the Undying and kill the IO. Have to get these tosses on from Boxy or on from Taiga onto these two backliners. There's just too much healing they're providing.
33. Getting onto Insane.
Your name
Will.
offends me.
Sania fine. Yeah, 33's build, it's all about the, you're the ones initiating on us. I'm just the counter initiator here. I've got my BKB, my Crimson Guard, my Blade Mail. I don't want to be the one jumping in. I want you to be forcing into me because the counter's on you. Yeah, just, again, perfect itemization coming out from Mudgolems. It really does feel like that the time is shrinking, if it's already not gone for Team Liquid. Probably is just gone at this point here. We're already getting close to that 35-minute mark. I wanted them to have at least like a Rax advantage by 30 for them to have a shot going into these later stages. The fights are going to get just so much more difficult by the minute.
Liquid. Sort of big items they have coming out. Pofa's got his Basher. Boxing.
Not sure if we pointed this one out, actually. Sorry. Milan actually has a... He's actually the one holding the Paladin Sword this whole time, and now he has a Holy Locket. So,
that's a lot of heals.
There's a lot of amplified healing going to come out from him, too. If he soul rips the IO as well, tethered to the Spectre, it's like, this is just absurd healing that's going to be coming out.
It's going to be like a cheese.
Yeah, pretty much. Just jump forward. It's Insania.
33. He's going to walk in for a duel opportunity. Can't quite get in onto Tiger, though. Stun holds him back.
Now they're finally the ones on an aggressor, which is always a little bit of a scare that you're seeing. Now Liquid actually having to play on the defensive finally. In between all this, Milan, he's actually digging every single time off cooldown and then swapping the Paladin Sword back in. Trying to get those salves, of course, for himself.
I mean, when Liquid see mudgolems playing like this, what do Liquid do? They're sending a wolf.
They can't do much of any. They're too scared to initiate the fight because a haunt will come out, and then
Generation.
at this point they're not strong enough to just fight heads up versus mudgolems. They do at least now have the little shredder uses the attack damage, and there is a crit on Nick, so his damage has gone up quite significantly.
I mean, this is the way they can scale, right? He has to go for the right click.
Yep. He has to go for like double Daedalus Rapier and just go for the 3 multi-shot spread and hope.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally it. That is their late game. Mickey, it's all on Mickey once again. It's all on Mickey to go the full right click build on the Snapfire and carry the game as the Snapfire, which can be done. You know, it is insane the amount of damage and how fast it comes out once you get some of these items out. As Mickey is actually having to put the BKB as he shows himself top. They're going to look to hunt him down with a horn. On a chase, but TPs are coming in. 33 still running in, looking for a duel opportunity. Is he going to be able to get his pop of the BKB? He's just dead. He wants Mickey and he's able to find him. He's in with the duel. Mickey's going to die during it, and Boxy, he might not get out either as they're chasing on. Boxy a little too fast. They'll settle for Insania instead. Just like that. Another very easy move being made here by mudgolems as that entire lead the Liquid has come to an end. As it really does feel that this game highly of the domain of mudgolems right now. 1k lead for them. They have the Spectre sitting comfortably at the top. Skiter with his Radiance, Manta, Blade Mail, Scardy all finish here 35 minutes in excellent timing.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And they've hit their timing. Liquid, they weren't able to get enough out of this with their drive. They really had to they had to win the game by now. There's just no way they can come back. The Spectre's just way too massive.
And Snapfire, honestly, Snapfire,
Radiant's
maybe.
Tower is under attack.
I think that is the one thing that could still do something here for Liquid. The chances are low. I mean, you look at the Dota plus win percent, what's it saying? Yeah, 88%, I don't blame it. It's going to be soon in the 90% here for mudgolems, considering the state that the game's in and the fact that they have the Spectre lineup against the Lycan lineup. Yeah. But maybe if Mickey's going to get level 25, 2 Daedaluses and Rapier. Now, that's a lot of money, it's a lot of XP, but it is a possibility.
And then he gets Blink Blade Mail dueled and dies instantly.
That's the thing as well. He tries to go in with a level 25, use the multi-shot, and one of them's hitting a Blade Mail.
And then he's hitting a Dispersion as well, and another Blade Mail.
Oh no.
It's very, very, very impossible for Liquid. They're gonna have to, if they can get mudgolems to split up, but the way that mudgolems has been playing, you know, they're a smart team. Yep. They don't give the opportunities for Liquid to get all those pickoffs anymore. They're just all playing around each other.
Liquid from actually pushing down a tier 3 or ever threatening the high ground.
I think maybe they got a little too bloodthirsty and were just looking for kills too much rather than just pressuring objectives. That's the one thing because they were 15-1 with a 9k lead, and then they're still looking for kills, looking for the Spectre. So maybe that could have hurt them. Maybe they could have just forced the issue a little bit more. They didn't go for any type of no mech on their team at all, right? So they don't have that big heal that mudgolems did have a lot of times. This mech usually allows you to go for those type of pushes easier, so maybe some better itemization. Could have been a couple of things that Liquid could look back to fixing this game.
Got the catch. Gonna use the horn to jump over. Secure that duel win for the Legion, and also, of course, Check out things around the rush pit as they're chasing in onto Koifa. Koifa is going to get the ult out, but the chains are there. Koifa's in trouble. He's able to turn and run with the Lotus, but the chase is there with the Remnant. Horny is going to be able to help finish him off. As Koifa is dead, Box is gone as well. Insania's out. I mean, as you say, it's getting to the point where, I mean, Liquid, they probably will play this out, but it seems very, very unlikely that they're going to be able to turn this game.
Yeah, pretty much impossible. He fought to buy some new drum charges for himself as he's just walking around, clicking drums, dropping tombstones for his team, some soul rips too. 33, on the hunt, looking for Mika. While at the same time, yeah, they're finishing up the motion. Yeah, like you said, they're probably going to hang on to it, but this one is well and truly in the books. Mudgolems haven't got the kill in how long here? One was the last kill. The Milan IO bottom, right? The one that he died bottom, I think, was the last kill that Liquid was able to get.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
How many minutes ago was that?
Radiant's
That was
middle tower has fallen.
back at about 26 minutes, so yeah, over 30 minutes ago.
Radiant's middle
As Mudgolems into the base of Liquid. Liquid are going to have everybody back up, but some big things they're going to have to deal with. Level 24 Skiter. Orania with that picked up Aghanims. 33 pop the BKB's charging in. Running straight in it. Tiger off the mark with the roll. Is the team actually finding anything with that BKB usage? But Mudgolems is still stand strong. They look towards this tier 3. They're in onto Boxy. Orania and Skiter, they're just diving into the base here. Tiger ball rolls off the bottom, but Milan comes across. Huge Sparta healed up. Dead Tiger, he'll buy back straight away. The chains out again onto Koifa, locking him down. They shoot Tiger forward with the gobble up. He is in onto Barney, but the heals just bringing Barney back up to full HP. There's a dieback from Tiger. Liquid just getting destroyed inside their base. As it's an ultra kill for Skiter. Only Insania's left alive. Nobody with buybacks available on Liquid. They can take this mid-rack
Radiant's middle
and almost certainly more. Tier 2s are up on the side lanes, and we'll see how quick that push is. They are going to try and close it with the tier 4s. Onto Insania they go. Insania's got the Ghost Scepter. Gonna have Sight in a second, but no chance to use it. He goes down. Back from Insania. Liquid still trying to do their best to hold things. Now hold on.
Middle tower is under attack.
And they're losing that tier 4.
Middle tower.
Get that triple remnant in Insania. He's trying to do anything to survive and have some fun here. As yeah, this game drone will go down here. So we'll have one more hero in about 5 seconds, but he won't be able to stop them either.
I mean, Insania's trying. He's trying his best to slow him. The Ancient is exposed. They're closing it up. Barney picking up the desert to outspeed this one up. As Barney focusing the effects, as he'll join for a bit of fun, takes out Boxy with the rest of the team. And there we go. GG, well played is cool.